Hi everybody, this is Bev at Clarkovision, and I thought it was high time I did an update video. This was kind of due, I suppose, and I kind of wanted it out a wee bit earlier than now. However, I'm getting around to it now because I have, look at this hair, yeah, it's sticking out because I was having an afternoon nap earlier. Anyway, yes, what was I saying? This update, I'm getting it out of the way now because I do have stuff due in next week, hopefully. All being well with the post and COVID and God knows what else that's happening in the world right now. So I thought I would get this lot out of the way. Now, interestingly enough, when I did my last update video, which was, I don't know, about 3 weeks or so ago, there was one record that had just come in that day, the very day I did that, I think, because I don't think it was a Sunday, and I forgot to show it in the video. So I'm going to be showing it in this one, obviously, but I couldn't believe that, actually, how I managed to forget it at the time. So, and again, a slightly different angle. Again, I'm still faffing about with changing this room slightly in this corner at the window beside where I sit and listen to music. So anyway, I've got this tonight. No affiliation whatsoever, but I'm just having something. I've not had this for a while, so I fancy something with a wee bit different taste. Yes, so I'll get on with it. A bunch of CDs and a bunch of records. Now, for the first time in over a year, shall we say? Yeah, it was. Well, it'll be about a year actually, because the last time I went to a record shop was July last year. And last weekend, Dad and I decided to go out around a couple of charity shops, and we called in Vinyl Villains on the way home. Our local kind of mainstream, well, it's one of the main record stores that's been around in Edinburgh since 1983. It's one of the last surviving ones of back in the olden days, I guess you could say. And so, but I came out of there empty-handed, and actually, for speaking for myself, with the COVID cases rising and supposedly, me being a higher risk because of a underlying health condition, I, for some reason, found it a little bit uncomfortable, even though there wasn't loads of people around, but went into Vinyl Villains, and there's supposedly a maximum of 4 allowed in the shop at the time, all masks on and all that jazz, and I was just looking through, and I was aware of couple of people coming in. One was already in, and he was a bit further away, and another one came in after me, and so I'm just looking, keeping a bit of space, and I was aware they were getting closer to me as they were looking. One was coming closer for this side, and one was coming and I just started to feel, no, hang on a minute, I didn't quite like this, so I just moved back and let them finish doing what they're doing, to the point where I thought, I've just got to leave this. So I ended up not getting anything in Vinyl Villains. I didn't see anything from what I looked at anyway, but I did pick up a couple of CDs at the charity shop just to see what I thought of them. So the first one I found was, God, can you see this? How's the glare? Dream Theatre, Images and Words. Now this was another Dream Theatre album. I was kind of interested in, this is interesting because I'm getting shadow now off of the way I've got the lights positioned. I was interested in this album. I had heard it was one of the best ones in their catalogue from one or two people. So I have one other Dream Theatre CD, a band I was kind of curious to find out whether I was going to like them or not. The other one is, I think, A Catastrophic Turn of Events or something like that. something, turn of events. Anyway, and this one is Images and Words. Now this is, I think, their second release, or it's certainly an earlier one, and it's 1992. It is an original pressing from then, and it's in lovely condition. I was really pleased about that. Sometimes in the charity shops you either get really lovely or really not very lovely, and the disc is kind of lovely condition as well, hardly a mark at all. So I wanted to see what I thought of this, and to be honest with you, I don't like it. They're kind of too proggy. I think they're too. They just don't quite like their style for some reason. I know they're very talented musicians. There's no question of that, none whatsoever. The music's great as far as high quality goes, but they're just not my kind of cup of tea, I don't think. So I probably won't be keeping this one, and I think I'm going to probably not keep the other one that I have, which is up there. That's why I keep looking up there. So that was Dream Theatre's. I just don't know. There's bits of this which I think are quite nice, which I quite like, but just bits here and there. There's not enough, and for the most part, I don't know. Maybe it's just too proggy for me. I don't know. So the other one I picked up was, which people will know very well, is Ride the Lightning. Now I did have a copy of this a while ago, but it wasn't the best condition, and what really ticks me off about CDs is if the staples in the booklet are rusty, that's evidence it's been stored somewhere damp over the course of time, and that was the case with this one I had, and it annoyed me, so I just threw it away. So I wanted to pick this one up again and give it another listen. So I was on the lookout for a cheap copy, and here I found this in a charity shop as well, and again I struck it lucky with the condition. This is near mint. I don't think it's an original pressing. I think this was first issued in 1989, but I think it's later than that because of the kind of matrix. It's got the Universal logo on it, so I think it's maybe a wee bit later than 89, but nonetheless, that doesn't matter as far as that goes. But the booklet is mint, the CD is mint, so I haven't listened to it yet, but I wanted to just see what I thought of that. So that means regarding Metallica, apart from the Black Album, which I've had since it was released, I now am the owner of this, Master of Puppets, and Justice for All. And that's all I'm going to say on that just now. Next one I picked up this is a... Oh God. No, this I got this from AFM Records along with... No, I got this from EMP, I think it was, along with a record, which I'm going to show you. I can't remember. Anyway, I got this with a record I ordered. Elven King and the Scythe, another one I'm adding to the collection. I just really enjoy this band. Italian folk metal, just traditional metal, folk metal mix, really power metal mix as well. Just really interesting band, excellent, very talented, and I really enjoy pretty much all their albums. They're a little bit different and just a little bit good. So that's Elven King and the Scythe. This one was 2007 on AFM, so yeah, brilliant stuff. And the last two CDs here are ones I picked up off Amazon. I was just browsing and I thought, right, time for another Crystal Viper. Now, their earlier ones I don't think have been released on vinyl, which is why they've got the CD of this. This is Legends by Crystal Viper, and again, this is a little bit earlier from them. Band from Poland, female fronted, traditional heavy metal, fantastic. Very kind of upbeat stuff. This one's 2010 on AFM Records, but I think this was originally released on a different record label, and AFM have reissued it. along with a few of the others, which I'll probably pick up over some time. So yeah, and this I have listened. This is really good as well. I really enjoy this. They do a cover of TV War. I think they know all about that one from Accept. And the artwork's pretty cool on this as well, on the CD, and obviously the inner, just very interesting stuff, and almost, hopefully it didn't land on the floor. So yeah, again, they've changed a couple of members in their lineup, but it's always had the female, what's her name, Marta, I think, let me just check. Marta Gabriel is the lead vocalist. She's been there since day one. And she is a great female vocalist, really strong, just a classic metal female vocalist, or hard rock metal, like all these, like Joan Jett, these kind of people. Strong sounding voice, I think. But yes, very happy with that one. And I decided to pick up, I went for one for this band because I had been kind of humming and hawing about them for quite a while, debating on whether I liked them or not. I'd sampled a few songs off YouTube from various albums, and recently I went to this one, which is The Hunt from Grand Megas. And it was a nice kind of fairly decent price on Amazon as well, so I just threw that one in the basket, and I really quite enjoy this as well. Again, they're classed on Discogs as traditional heavy metal stroke stoner metal stroke doom metal. For me, this album anyway, I can't speak for them all because I really haven't heard a lot of their stuff. It's mostly, I would say, just heavy metal, but with maybe doomy elements to it. There's a bit of a moody feel to it, which to me I tend to put towards the doomy, the Black Sabbath kind of vibe. That kind of idea, but I really enjoyed this. Quite refreshing, just standard, traditional, no frills heavy metal, I guess. So these guys are Swedish, I think. Have I got that right? I don't think I've got this band up here, but I'm sure they're from Sweden. And this, it was originally released in 2012, this one, The Hunt, but this is a 2014 reissue from Nuclear Blast. Excellent stuff. I wasn't sure whether to get the vinyl or not, because I could have got a vinyl copy, it was available, but I wasn't sure if I was going to like it enough, which is why I went for the CD, so I'm quite happy to have just the CD. That's the guys there. I don't know whether they've had line-up changes or not. As I say, I don't know a lot about this band, except they're good and Swedish. Right, on to the vinyl. So here's the one that I should have shown in my last update, but forgot, but probably because what a saga I've had trying to get hold of this song. I originally ordered this record off their Bandcamp in mid-February, and it said scheduled for shipping on the 5th of March. And apparently it turned out they had major issues with, I don't know if it was the original record label or the people who were pressing it or something, but there was major issues with the vinyl contract or the record contract or something, and about getting issues pressed, and so everything was delayed majorly. I don't know what exactly happened, but No Remorse Records stepped in and they got the pressings underway. And I am still waiting on my original copy that I ordered in mid-February. I had contacted the original record label through Bandcamp twice, got no reply. Contacted the band through their Facebook. They insisted that my copy that I ordered would get to me. No Remorse would be pressing it's the red vinyl issue I had ordered, and they would. This was about May, and more recently I decided I'd had enough. I thought, wait a minute. I was aware that No Remorse, some of the stuff was through from No Remorse and they were shipping. This was kind of early June. I'd had enough, so I decided to file a thing through PayPal, raise an issue through PayPal, because you had about 180 days, and although I still had like a couple of months to go, I thought, I'll do this now. So a few weeks back I did it, and then I got a message for the Bandcamp team saying they had contacted the original seller, which I think was the record label. And actually, I don't know, I think it's maybe a member of the band as well. I'm not quite sure, but his name's familiar and I'm sure it's on the album. Completely assured me that the red vinyl they've actually started shipping them now, they've come in for No Remorse, I will get it, so if you just want to be patient. So I've decided to be patient and wait, and I've cancelled my order on PayPal, and I kind of don't know whether I should have done that or not, to be honest, because you can't reopen the dispute if I still don't get it. So if I don't get it, I won't be happy. However, so during all that, I decided to reorder it from No Remorse's website, because it came up as available for pre-order there when it was confirmed that they were going to be doing the issues. And so here it is, Warrior Path. Interestingly enough, when I ordered a red vinyl issue on Bandcamp back in February, it said there was about 11 copies left at that time. So how they managed to have a tally without actually having the stuff pressed, I don't know, but then, I don't know, maybe they had accounted for so many pressings and that was the situation. But anyway, it never came and it still hasn't come. And this is the No Remorse pressing, and this is just a black vinyl issue of Warrior Paths, Warrior Paths, The Mad King. 2021 release at long last. Now it was initially meant to be released on Symmetric Records. I think Symmetric had a few pressings done, but I could be wrong with that. There is something on Discogs listed, but how legit it is I don't know, because it looks like they've listed it as Symmetric, but it looks like a photograph of a No Remorse back cover, so I think somebody's put up a wrong press in there. I put up the black vinyl version myself because it wasn't on, so this one is up, correct. But Symmetric Records were initially meant to be doing it as per Warrior Path's debut LP, self-titled, which I got from a few years ago. That was on Symmetric. Sorry about the glare. This is their second long-awaited and long-anticipated, much anticipated, The Mad King. Really excellent album, brilliant artwork as well. They've put it on a gatefold sleeve. Here is the band. Yeah, this guy here, Bob Katsionis, I do apologise if I've got your name pronounced wrong, or lead guitars. He was the guy who got in touch with the Bandcamp guys in the recent correspondence, so I'm pretty certain I am pretty confident I will get my red vinyl copy, I just don't know when. But anyway, so I finally got this album and I'm really pleased to have got it. It doesn't come with any sheets or anything, it's got the lyrics. The lyrics are all here on the gatefold. Just comes in a polylined inner from No Remorse, and it is 180 gram, I think. It's pretty solid, and as I say, this is black vinyl on No Remorse. So I'm hopeful I'll get my red version at some point. A better. But yes, I'm very pleased to get that. So that was one of my 2021 releases I was excited about. Another one I picked up recently is, this is the second one I've grabbed from Storm Warrior, and this is Thunder and Steel. This came out in the year 2014 and is a limited edition on vinyl from Massacre Records. Sorry, it's maybe better if I just kind of move over slightly. Yeah. So this is 478 of 666 on, as I say, vinyl. These guys are great. This band, sorry, just before I move on to this band, Warrior Path are from Greece, by the way. Excellent traditional heavy metal band from Greece. And Storm Warrior, these guys are from Germany. And this as I say is the second. They're kind of power metal, speed metal, very energetic and fast paced. A lot of their songs, excellent, really enjoyable. Kind of lots of melody involved as well. So this one is also on a gatefold with the lyrics, etc. inside. And this is not 180 gram, but it is black. Quite simple, and there you have it on Massacre Records. So excellent stuff. Again, really enjoyed listening to that. And yeah, it's not sitting right. It's crumpled. It really annoys me when they don't slide in as neatly as I'd like. But I have to get that sorted. There we go. So, yep. Another excellent addition. I would recommend checking them out if you're into a bit of power / speed metal. From Germany. Staying with Germany, another 2021 release. I didn't know right away that these guys were releasing a new album this year, but I discovered, and Hammer King, who are also a German band. 1 second, I have got something here about them. Yeah, these guys are claimed to be from Germany, Kaiserslautern area. However, the band, it says on Encyclopedia Metallium that the band themselves claim to be from Saint-Tropez in France. So I don't know. You decide where they're from. So this is Hammer King's 4th album, and it's self-titled Hammer King. I have the previous 2 releases, the 2nd and 3rd albums. I have still to get the debut, and the first 3, the first 3 are on Cruz del Sur Records. This is their first album. I think Napalm Records has snapped them up, and this is the first release on Napalm Records. So it's limited vinyl. Don't know what the numbers are, but Napalm Records, that's their logo. So this is Hammer King self-titled. Again, another gatefold. There is the band. No inner sleeve with this one either, so you don't actually have any lyrics, I have to say. That's just fell to the side. So there's no lyric sheet or anything with this one, unfortunately. It's always nice to get that, but never mind, it's not and this is the limited Napalm Sky Blue edition. I don't know if it is something like 100 pressed on this colour or 200, I can't remember. Sky blue, it looks darker on the camera, it is a little bit lighter, but it's very blue, so yes. And this album, I really like this. Very enjoyable. It's kind of, yeah, traditional metal with power metal elements. They're kind of described as a heavy / power metal band with a bit of epic fantasy elements about their music as well. I guess you could maybe describe some of the kind of lyrics as war themed, or that kind of idea, warriors and that kind of idea, I guess. But I have to say, I really enjoy this album. I think it's another excellent release from 2021. And so obviously I want to get their debut, which I think, is it called Kingdom of the Hammer King, I think it's called. So that's on Crowsdale Sur, but it could be a bit tricky to find, but I will keep digging around for it. You also get, no, that you don't, that's for the next one I'm about to show. So yeah, Napalm Records, Hammer King from Germany. Next one, 2 to go here. Another new discovery and contender for artwork of the year, people. This is beautiful, look at it. This is a new band called Blazin' Right, R-I-T-E. And this is the debut LP on Gates of Hell record, and it is Endless Halls of Golden Totem is the title of the album. As I say, Gates of Hell record, that's the logo there. 4-piece band, and these guys are from Philadelphia in the United States. Just switching the thing over. So I've got them in front of me, yep, and this is their first full-length LP. They had released an EP last year, which I don't have, I may check it out. So yeah, Gates of Hell Records, and I got this through the Crowsdale Sur website. And with this one, you do get an inner lyric sheet. There are the lyrics on that side, and the band and credits on this side. Heavy metal, traditional heavy metal, new wave of traditional heavy metal. These guys reminded me, you also get a download code as well for this one. These guys reminded me a little bit of, when I was listening to the album, a little bit of Kursk, the British band that I kind of spotlighted a few months ago last year, with their self-titled, a bit like Kursk in a little bit, and in places a little bit like Dark Forest, another British UK band. They have a bit of folk element to their sound, not so much these guys, just more traditional metal, as I say, new wave of traditional heavy metal. Really good stuff, and it just came on black vinyl, and hang on, it's better that way, I think. Gates of Hell Records, so we have it. So fantastic stuff. Again, another album I'm really pleased with, very happy to have discovered these guys as well. And absolutely adore the cover, I've got to say. Claudia Milder, this might be one you you may be interested in checking out. Could be something you might like. Note it down, add it to your list of hundreds of bands to check out. Yeah. So the last one I got, I wasn't sure if I wanted to get this on vinyl or not, or if I wanted to just get the CD DVD set. Now I went for the vinyl for a change because I've got a few other DVDs of this band and I thought it'd just be nice to have the vinyl set. So I got U.D.O's live in Bulgaria 2020, the Pandemic Survival Show album. This is a triple album set on AFM Records, and there are all the sides up the top here, which you won't be able to read very well. This is the limited edition to 100. This is the British market release dark green vinyl. I don't know how well you can read that, but yeah, there's 100 of these ones exclusively for the UK apparently. There's one record here, and so yeah, it's a gatefold sleeve. Just comes in a standard gatefold, again like the other U.D.O, the one behind me, but that's just a 2-disc set, I think. I think the Stratovarius one that I got live in Europe, Visions of Europe Live, that's the other triple LP I have, and again that's also a standard gatefold. So you obviously put 2 records on one side and one on the other, but when you put the 2 in it makes it quite tight to get out. So I'd rather you made up a proper trifold sleeve or something, guys, but hey ho, that's just my opinion. So I tend to keep the 3rd record just in between the 2 and the gatefold. So yeah, you've got credits and a whole load of write-up. And I also thought this would be a good thing to have for the future anyway, because, you know, it's specifically got Pandemic Survival Show, obviously reference to COVID, and in a million years when everybody else is doing their history lessons on this, you know, this will be associated with the year from hell. So again, as I say, there's no inner sheets with it, it's just 3 vinyl records, all 180 gram. I was listening to some of this today, earlier on, fantastic. And just to show you the dark green, there we have it, nice deep dark. It's kind of like British racing green actually, I suppose, kind of. So yeah, side C and D this is, yeah, so there we have it. But yeah, it is 180 gram as well, so I was really happy to get that. And that is my update for today. So thanks for being with me and watching that. Some great mixture of music again as usual, and as I say, hopefully I'll have more stuff coming in soon, and I've still got another couple of different kinds of videos I'll be throwing out at times. Meanwhile, take care and stay safe, everybody, and thank you again for watching and commenting and supporting. I will see you all in another video, so bye just now.